Philippine Peso Banknotes. 70 makatagal, it's following 200 pesos, following 200 pesos, 200 peso bill. Corazon and Benigno Kino are in yellow, 500 pesos, color yellow, 500 pesos, 500 peso bill. Seven centos to Santorini, the Santo Yanes and Escoda are in blue, 1,000 pesos, 1,000 peso bill. 200, 500, and 1,000, 200, 500, and 1,000, 200, 500, and 1,000, Philippine Peso bill, Philippine Peso bill. Today, I will introduce to you some of the Philippine Peso Banknotes, which are 200 pesos, 500 pesos, and 1,000 pesos. In front of these Philippine Peso Banknotes, we would see the name of our country, which is the Republika ng Pilipinas, the coat of arms of the Philippines, or the sagisag ng Pilipinas, the logo of the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas, the banknote's serial number, the date of printing, the value written in words, and the value written in numerical symbols. At the back of these Philippine Peso Banknotes, we would see a white silhouette of the sun of the Philippine flag, an image of the map of the Philippines, the value written in words, and the value written in numerical symbols. All Philippine Peso Banknotes has the size of 160 mm in width and 66 mm in height. These are 80% cotton and 20% abaca fiber when it comes to the material used. The Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas redesigns new currency bills and further security features to avoid cloning. Every bill has highlighted famous Filipino and iconic natural wonder of the Philippines. First, let's take a closer look at the Philippine 200 pesos. The Philippine 200 peso note is a denomination of the Philippine currency. Its main color is green. Currently, there are 3 versions of the 200 pesos in circulation. First is the one with darker shade of green from the original version of New Generation Currency Series, which was issued on December 17, 2010. Second is the one with lighter shade of green from the updated version of New Generation Currency Series, which was issued on December 5, 2017. And third is the enhanced version of New Generation Currency Series, which was issued on July 29, 2020. 200 pesos. Say 200 pesos. In Filipino, we formally call it 200 piso. Say 200 piso. In front of a Philippine 200 peso note, we would see a portrait of Diosdado P. Macapagal. Diosdado P. Macapagal Sr. was the 9th President of the Philippines, serving from 1961 to 1965. Then, an illustration of an event which is the EDSA People Power 2001. Likewise, there is a picture of Declaration of Philippine Independence. The Philippine Declaration of Independence was proclaimed on June 12, 1898 in Kawit, Cavite, Philippines. Also, there is an illustration of the opening of the Malolos Congress in Baraswain Church, Malolos, Bulacan. At the back of a Philippine 200 peso note, we would see an image of Chocolate Hills. The Chocolate Hills are geological formation in the Bohol province of the Philippines. There are as many as 1,776 hills that are covered in green grass and turns brown during the dry season. Then, there is an image of a Philippine tarsier. The Philippine tarsier is found on the islands of Bohol, Samar, and Leyte. It is one of the smallest primates in the world and has distinctively large eyes. Also, there is an image of Visayan weave design. The Philippine 200 peso note is written in symbols like this or like this. It is written in words like this. Its value is 200.00 Philippine pesos or 200 PHP. Next, let's take a closer look at the Philippine 500 pesos. The Philippine 500 peso note is a denomination of Philippine currency. Its main color is yellow. Currently, there are two versions of 500 pesos in circulation. First is the original version of New Generation Currency Series, which was issued on December 17, 2010. And the enhanced version of New Generation Currency Series, which was issued on July 29, 2020. 500 pesos. Say, 500 pesos. In Filipino, we call it 500 piso. Say, 500 piso. In front of a Philippine 500 peso note, we would see portraits of Corazon C. Aquino and Benigno S. Aquino Jr. Corazon C. Aquino was a Filipino politician who served as the 11th and the first woman president of the Philippines. She was married to Benigno S. Aquino Jr., who was a Filipino politician who served as a senator of the Philippines. Then, a scene from the EDSA People Power 1 happened in 1986. Also, there is an image of Benigno Aquino Monument in Makati City. At the back of a Philippine 500 peso note, we would see an image of subterranean underground river. The Puerto Princesa Subterranean River National Park is a protected area of the Philippines. Then, there is an image of a blue-naped parrot. The blue-naped parrot, or the blue-crowned green parrot, known locally as pikoy, can be found throughout the Philippines, mostly in Palawan. Also, there is an image of the Southern Philippines cloth design. The Philippine 500 peso note is written in symbols like this or like this. It is written in words like this. Its value is 500.00 Philippine pesos or 500 PHP. Lastly, let's take a closer look at the 1,000 peso note. The Philippine 1,000 peso note is a denomination of the Philippine currency. Its main color is blue. Currently, there are 3 versions of 1,000 pesos in circulation. First is the original version of New Generation Currency Series, which was issued on December 17, 2010. Second is the updated original version of the New Generation Currency Series, which was issued on December 5, 2017. And third is the enhanced version of New Generation Currency Series, which was issued on July 29, 2020. 1,000 pesos. Say, 1,000 pesos. In Filipino, we formally call it 1,000 piso. Say, 1,000 piso. In front of a Philippine 1,000 peso note, we would see portraits of Jose Abad Santos, Vicente Lim, and Jose Fallanes Escoda. These Filipino heroes fought and died against the Japanese during the Second World War. Jose Abad Santos was the 5th Chief Justice of the Supreme Court of the Philippines. Vicente Lim was a Filipino Brigadier General of the World War II hero. Jose Fallanes Escoda was a prominent civic leader and a social worker. Also, there is a scene of an event which is the centennial celebration of the Philippine independence. At the back of the Philippine 1,000 peso note, we would see an image of two Bataha Reefs. The two Bataha Natural Park, also known as Two Bataha Reefs Natural Park, is a protected area of the Philippines located in the middle of the Sulu Sea. Then, there is an image of a South Sea pearl. The Pinctada Maxima oysters are the only oysters that produce South Sea pearls, which were declared the national gem of the Philippines in 1996. Also, there is an image of the Mindanao design for Tinalam or Ikat Dyed Abaka. The Philippine 1,000 peso bill is written in symbols like this or like this. It is written in words like this. Its value is 1,000.00 Philippine pesos or 1,000 PHP. Now, let's have a practice. Get your pen and paper because you're going to say and write the amount of the following Philippine peso bills in symbols. Number 1. What Philippine peso bill is this? You have 30 seconds to write your answer. Right! This is a 200 peso bill. It is written like this. Next, what Philippine Peso bill is this? Absolutely! This is a 500 peso bill. It is written like this. Number 3. What Philippine Peso bill is this? Great job! This is a 1,000 peso bill. It is written like this. Number 4. What Philippine Peso bill is this? Correct! This is a 200 peso bill. It is written like this. Number 5. What Philippine Peso bill is this? Right! This is a 500 peso bill. It is written like this. And number 6, what Philippine Peso bill is this? Good job! This is a 1,000 peso bill and it is written like this. Remember, in our country, we use the term peso for our money. Each Philippine peso bill has its own corresponding value. Every bill promotes different landmarks, tourist spot, different kind of weaving design, and also shows the history of the Philippines. When writing the peso money in symbols, we use the peso sign. And keep in mind, always be thankful that our parents have enough money to buy our needs. This is Teacher April saying, let's keep learning and growing together. That's all for today. See you next time. Bye!